Hello guys, I'm Katya and I live in a Ukrainian village. And from this mess of a room with all the laundry we recently just did, I will tell you about many things I learned from living here in the countryside. Okay, I couldn't sit around that laundry, so I made it pretty. Nature heals. I travel a lot, and every time I come back home from a big city, I inhale, I exhale, and I finally feel at ease and relaxed. Having an outdoor toilet and cold water buckets outdoors every day made me used to any kind of weather, and seeing those beautiful hills of the national park first thing in the morning really make my day right away. Let alone the cave. Once you enter there, time ceases to exist. There is just here and now, and this is why I really love meditating in the cave. Slowing down. When we just moved here, we only had 3G internet, good for reading articles and some social media. We would spend our mornings offline, completely immersed in playing with dogs, enjoying the sun, and having coffee and long, long conversations. In the warm time of the year, we really love hanging out in hammocks and having our meals outdoors. Internet is more important than plumbing. When we moved into our current house, which has no plumbing, we got used to it right away, but the internet deprivation was too much. When in July the first provider ever entered our village with high-speed internet, we called them every day and begged them to connect us as soon as possible. 6 buckets of water is enough for 2 people a day. We use very little water, we get it from the well. Having lived here for 5 months, Andri's father visited us and he made us this sink, which I love. I could never think that I could use so little water and be completely okay with it. On a day that we don't do laundry, this is enough for drinking, cooking, cleaning, and for my 1 bucket of cold shower in the backyard. This is the amount of water a cow drinks a day. Heating home with wood. When it got cold, we bought a bunch of firewood. Andri chops it every day and we bring it into the house to stoke the stuff. It gets nice and warm in the house and I bake pies and cakes. It feels wild and old school, as if we are back to the time of our ancestors. Which brings me to the next point of my skills that I learned in the village. When I told my friend I was cooking all of our meals, she said it was really healthy. But it's not about health, it's about survival. There are only 3 shops here in the village, all of them selling very basic stuff. There are no restaurants, there are no coffee shops. I, as a person who had lived in Asia since 2011 until 2017, am so used to eating out. When I found out how cheap it actually was in Ukraine to cook delicious, healthy homemade meals, I was shocked. Just look at this bucket of apples. We got them for 41 Ukrainian hryvnia, which is around 1.5 US dollars. In the village, I learned to talk to turkeys. I come up to them and I say, and they reply, and everyone is fine until they start climbing on top of my car, and then I kick them out. I can do weird experiments in my backyard. In summer, I grew zucchini, my favorite vegetable, and in September, I dug a grave right in the backyard and I stayed there at night for 3 hours. It's called therapy by death. The outhouse, or the outdoor toilet, is really not as bad as I thought about it. Every time I go to the toilet, I see trees, hills, chickens. I breathe some fresh air. Every time it's an encounter with nature. Uncertainty is okay. We came here because of the Atlantida cave, but we stayed here mostly because it is cheap and remote, and we can continue having a slow, relaxed lifestyle while learning about ourselves. Freedom and self-expression are definitely my top values right now, and I learn a lot more about myself on this journey. They say, find your mission, make a plan for yourself for your whole life. But things just don't work this way, at least not for us. Who knows, we may move away next year, or we may stay here forever. We are definitely listening to what life has to tell us, and we are trying to hear it. And I personally am very excited about that next step that is not defined and is very uncertain, because uncertainty can be exciting even. Please share in comments, what did you learn from living in the countryside? Subscribe for more videos. They will come out every Friday, and meditate with me. And remember, only you decide how bright you shine.